There's a very good reason as to why large successful companies and blue chip corporates have been investing in film and video for so long. They knew if they could get their products and services in front of people in their homes every day and continuously send a message directly into the ears of the willing masses, then the people would watch, they would listen, and they would buy. And how have these companies reached the thousands and millions of eager consumers around the world? Well, television advertising. And there's a very good reason as to why these same incredibly successful companies will pay out huge creative and production costs and then commit to millions of pounds for a run of ads that appear on primetime TV. It's because they get results. They get a phenomenal return on their investment. In fact, it was widely reported in 2013 that ITV charged £200,000 for a 30-second slot in the ad break leading to the results of the X Factor final. Cheaper slots were available in the earlier breaks for just around £120,000. The companies that took these slots knew it would be money well spent. They knew that as it was the final, that even more people would watch, more people would listen, and of course even more people would buy their products. For over 100 years, delivering film and video to the masses was the monopoly of TV and cinema. The first ever TV commercial, which was for Beluga watches, was broadcast over 7 decades ago in 1941. But then, in 2005, this funny little website called YouTube was launched, and things immediately started to change. Anyone could upload a film for the world to see, and anyone did. We can now go and see our favourite band performing our favourite song, and we can see hundreds of other artists doing covers of that same favourite song. We can get the latest gossip from Hollywood, we can watch that incredible goal by Messi, and we can get close to the news as local people upload the drama as it happens in real time and before TV stations can broadcast what is happening. And we can enjoy Charlie biting a finger, learn a Korean horse riding style dance, watch a sneezing panda, and of course hours and hours of funny, cute and calamitous cat videos. But don't be fooled. YouTube is not just a place for freaks and fun. Far from it. YouTube has become the go-to site for reference and knowledge. There are tutorials that will show you how to build flat-packed furniture, change spark plugs on your car, tie your shoes, use Microsoft Excel, Photoshop, how to play a guitar, and so much more. And significantly, YouTube has become the focus for many people who are looking for reviews or products and services. In fact, there are many dedicated review channels with hundreds and thousands of subscribers that now have the full attention of those same large companies and corporates we spoke about earlier. But how does this help you find new customers for your business? Well, let's start by looking at some compelling video marketing statistics released last year which tell us more about viewers' behaviour. Now, 80% of your online visitors will watch a video, while only 20% will actually read content in its entirety. And this is much the same as offline. You'll get a far higher percentage of people watch the news than read about it. It's more engaging. You can see and hear what's happening. Videos increase people's understanding of your product or service by up to 74%. That's because, again, they can see and hear what you have to say about the product or service. 75% of users visit the marketer's website after viewing a video. In fact, this figure can be higher or lower depending on how you deliver the video. But again, it's far more powerful than text and images alone. 80% of internet users remember the video ads they watch online. Again, it's down to the engagement factor and delivering your message to a targeted audience. 26% of internet users look for more information after viewing a video ad. Well, why wouldn't they? You've now whet their appetite. Click-through rates increase by 200 to 300% when marketers include a video in an email. This is a new and powerful phenomenon that's being championed by online marketers. Now, we can't actually add video to an email yet, but we can add an image of a video with a play button. which the recipient can't help but click on, and in turn links through to your actual video on your site or on YouTube. This means that if you send out 1,000 emails that get a click-through rate of, let's say, 5%, and those resulting 50 clicks give you 5 sales, an increase of 200 to 300% could give you up to 15 sales from the same email to the same amount of people. It really is a no-brainer. 90% of users say that seeing a video about a product is helpful in the decision process. Of course it does. It's like having the choice of seeing a product through a shop window or having the best possible demonstration by an expert in the comfort of your own home. Try and get those sorts of percentages from traditional print or conventional online advertising. The simple fact is that if a picture can tell 1,000 words, then a video is quite literally priceless. So now let's take a look at some YouTube stats. Firstly, it's important to understand that YouTube is now the second biggest search engine after Google. As I'm sure you may already know, Google owns YouTube. Now this is a point that you need to remember, as we'll be coming back to it in a while. Okay, so YouTube has more than 1 billion users. The number of hours people are watching on YouTube each month is up 50% year on year. Half of YouTube views are on mobile devices, and that continues to grow. Mobile revenue on YouTube is up over 100% year on year. And for the first time, more US-based 18 to 34-year-olds watch YouTube than cable TV. These YouTube and viewer behavior stats should be enough to convince even the most cautious of business owners that it's time to take video and YouTube marketing far more seriously, especially as video marketing is growing exponentially. But the stats alone don't tell the whole story. You see, using video, or specifically YouTube, as a prime marketing tool can, if done properly, get you onto page 1 of Google. Now remember I mentioned that Google own YouTube? Well, this is significant for various reasons, but primarily because YouTube provides Google with a source of income that topped $5 billion last year. Which is why that when you now do a search on Google, you'll see YouTube videos rank on page 1 of the results. So let me give you an example. I love to play bass guitar, and let's assume that I was interested in buying a new Fender Jazz bass. Now you'll see at the top of the page there are a number of ads for different companies selling this bass, but I just want to check it out at the moment. So let's scroll down a bit. Now, let me ask you, as you look at this page, which link are you most likely to click on? Well, if you're part of that 80% that I mentioned earlier that prefers to watch video rather than read the text, then you're going to select the YouTube video link, especially as it's a nice big thumbnail which makes it hard to miss in a page of text. Now, when I look into it further, it seems that this video and the channel belong to a guitar store in Russia. Now, the fact that they are a good 1,800 miles away makes it unlikely that they'll tempt me into their store to buy a bass. So how does this help them? Why make a video available to everyone on the planet if they're based in Moscow? Well, the answer is that my view, along with the other 360-odd thousand or so from around the world, and their 3,000 subscribers, which will regularly guarantee even more views, all go to build this company's authority with Google, which in turn helps them rank to page 1. So when a bassist in Moscow or anywhere in Russia wants to buy a Fender guitar, you can bet your bottom ruble that this company will be at the top of the list. And not only will they be easy to find, they've already gained the viewer's trust by reviewing or demonstrating guitar, and that's before the customer even gets on the phone, steps in the store, or pushes that buy now button. And what is fundamental here is that I was looking for a Fender bass. I didn't stumble across it in an ad in a music magazine or see it in a shop window in my hometown. I knew what I wanted, Googled it, and was offered a company that made a video about it. Now, if I sold Fender basses in the UK, I'd make my own videos and do exactly the same in my city, because then I would get that traffic. Now, this was just an example, but it's absolutely possible for you to rank your videos to page 1 in your local area. And unlike newspaper advertising or traditional online advertising, your video will continue to build an audience and authority as long as you leave it online and continue to promote it. So let's take a look at just a few types of content that you can use in your videos to help promote your business. Customer testimonials. Now, any company that provides a quality service will receive glowing reviews and testimonials from their customers. You may already have testimonials on your website, and of course customers will always let you know what they think on review sites and social media. So ask some of your happy customers to video their testimonials or actually film them yourself. And the great thing about testimonials is that your customer or you can film them on something like a smartphone. But a tip here is to make sure that you hold your phone horizontally in the landscape position, keeping it as still as possible. Or better still, invest in a small stand. And check that the audio is good. There is nothing more irritating for a viewer than bad quality audio. In fact, it could lose you customers. If you're unsure, practice with a colleague or family member. Make sure you understand the controls and features before you go out on film. A product overview or demonstration. Now, if you manufacture, distribute or sell products, film an overview of your latest or newsworthy product. Explain its features, how and why it will benefit the customer. Now make sure you're familiar with the product and think about what you're going to say before you get onto camera. You of course want to come over as friendly and as knowledgeable as possible, so a video full of ums and ers will make you look unprofessional. So it's worth writing down some bullet points or notes to guide you through. Advice for a service-based video. If you provide a service rather than a product, then consider offering some advice relating to the service you provide. For example, if you're an estate agent, you could produce a video or a series of videos showing the potential house buyers what to look out for when searching for a property. Or advise those who are selling how they can best prepare the house before a prospective buyer arrives. This will not only give you real authority on the subject, but it will also show that you care and that you want to offer a great service. Support tutorials and after-sales videos. This is an incredible way of driving traffic to your videos and websites. People are always looking for help in setting up, using and problem solving with their purchases. And don't worry if they didn't buy the product from you, because if they see that you have support videos in place, then they'll just buy from you next time. Now this works for products and services. Now let's say that you sell cameras, and a common question from customers after they bought a Canon DSLR was how to set up the remote shutter function. You could make a quick 2-minute video explaining step by step how to do it. This means that anyone searching Google or YouTube for how to set up the remote function on a Canon DSLR will find you. They've now found you, which they may not have done if there was no video. And you've answered their problem. You are now the provider of great knowledge in the viewer's eyes. If they brought the camera elsewhere, they could now, if you've presented it well, come to you in the future. You may well have found yourself a new customer. If they did buy the camera from you, then you've provided the customer with a fantastic service. And here's the crunch. These tutorials or support videos greatly reduce the need for customer support from you or your staff, saving you time and money whilst offering an amazing service. And of course it works the same in service. A hair salon could make a series of videos on hair care, or what to do if your attempt to colour your hair red actually ended up orange. A dentist could make a series on dental hygiene, or maybe a child-friendly video explaining why a visit to the dentist is not as scary as you might think. You just need to understand what the customers are looking for. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that companies make when producing videos is a failure to add a CTA, or call to action. You must ask the viewer to call now, click on the link, subscribe, or whatever it is you want them to do. A viewer is 70% more likely to take action if you add a call to action. Okay, so now that we've established that if you do not use video and YouTube in your company, you are missing a huge opportunity to grow your business. But how do you go about making a video? How do you make sure that the video and audio is of high quality? How do you edit your video and add the graphics and the all-important calls to action? Then how do you get your video into YouTube and optimize it to best get the results? Okay, so let's look at some of your options. Now, option 1 I like to call hidden talent. Now, some of you may already be into video, or you may have someone within your company that already makes videos as a hobby. Or maybe a family member or friend that could at least put a DSLR or smartphone on a stand so you, or your best salesperson, can do a piece to camera. My point is that if you ask around, you might just have a Steven Spielberg hidden away. And I will stress again that quality is everything here. So if you're unable to find anybody to help, then go to option 2, which I'll tell you about in a moment. But you can still use your smartphone to rehearse and to hone your presenting skills. You can test angles, learn to get comfortable on camera, or use it to demonstrate your ideas to colleagues. But remember what I said earlier. The smartphone is a great tool for gathering testimonials. It's okay if the quality is not as good or slightly wobbly, or if the customer on camera is a little nervous. It will make it feel more real, and the viewers may even trust the content more. Option 2, hire a videographer. Now, this may require you to commit to a bit of a budget, but hiring a videographer that will help you put the film together and edit the video itself could cost less than advertising in your local newspaper for a few weeks, especially if you make a few videos at the same time. But be careful. Make sure that you find someone that can listen to what you have to say. Film students are great, but they often want to create a masterpiece rather than capture the message that you're wanting to give to your customers. When considering and talking to a prospective videographer, make sure that they know what you want. Don't be dragged into a pool of creative ideas. You're not trying to make a Hollywood blockbuster. You're trying to offer a message to your prospective customers. Option 3 is to train. If you can't find anyone to help you, then you could consider having one of your staff, or indeed yourself, trained to be able to make videos. This might sound like a huge undertaking with a steep learning curve. And if you do it properly, then yes, I won't lie, it will take some time and effort to get to a point where productions are acceptable. But it is a consideration. Option 4 is us, First Hand TV. You can, of course, contact us. After all, we specialise in helping you to deliver your message to your customers firsthand. We're able to script, film and edit your video based on your company's business. We'll make sure that your video has strong calls to action so that your prospective customers contact you. And to make sure that those prospects do find you, we're able to rank your video to page 1 of Google. Just email or call us and we'll be happy to tell you more. Whether you decide to use someone within your company, an independent videographer, learn to create the videos yourself, or use us here at First Hand TV, just make sure you take action and start utilising the power of video to engage with your customers and promote your company. And make sure you do it before your competitors do. I hope this short video has been of use to you, and do contact us if you have any questions.